Twitters and Facebooks and everything. Oh, we're live, by the way. Hey, everyone. We're going to let this just heat up for a second here. I'm going to take a quick swig of my peanut butter beer. That's the taste of victory, boys. New Comic Book Wednesday. I suppose we should probably open the show. Should I go for that, you think? Mark, you got a minute to win it?
A minute to win it?
Yeah. What's your segment today, Mark?
I don't think I've got one.
Mark, here's a question to open up the show.
It.
If you were to craft a drink at your place of employment, prominent coffee shop, what would it be and what character would it be based off of?
Wow. I'd really have to give that some thought, but I think just off the top of my head, speaking of top of my head, I'd probably do something with the Punisher.
Yep.
Oh, man. That's a good question. Maybe we'd have to save that for another week. I don't really know. Do you have an answer exactly?
No. There is no right answer. I'm just throwing something out there.
Yeah. That's something I'd really have to give some thought to, because I'd want to make it epic.
All right. You guys heard it here first. We will have a prominent coffee establishment's beverage offering potentially for a superhero coming up soon. All right, well, let's go ahead and kick it off here. Before I open it, though, comments are already coming through. Sunny D is in the building. StarCraft 2 streamer extraordinaire from Twitch. Love that man so much. Still have the mug featuring his logo that I got to design in Photoshop on my desk here. So love that man. Thank you so much for tuning in, Sunny D. Tony's checking in with us here from Pierre, South Dakota. Tony, thank you so much. All right. Well, let's go ahead and kick it off, and we're going to have some fun tonight. Hey, everybody. It's your boy, John on Demand here. Comic Book Look. I did not do a drum roll. You're going to get one of those, too. But it's your boy, John on Demand, a.k.a. so unorganized, but happy that it's Comic Book Wednesday. I almost said Sunday. I don't know why. Shout out to the Hellfire Club. And I'm not talking Emma Frost or Sebastian Shaw, but joined by co-host extraordinaire, Mark C. Shelton 1 on Twitter, as often seen in hip-hop tracks like Lenticular, and he's also aka the Bagging and Boarding Bad Boy. And you guys, we have a very special guest tonight. Aaron's joining us straight from the Twin Cities area. Shout out to Comic Book College. Yes, and we survived Comic Book Wednesday today, so I'm sure you probably have some fun tales about that. You work today at the shop, right?
I worked at Lego today.
Okay, which is equally exciting, and I'm sure you have tons of awesome stories there too. Aaron leads a very exciting life, you guys. So I kind of envy you because you work with all the cool stuff. But yes, we are rocking and rolling this evening, March 22nd. I almost said the 23rd, but this month has flown by, and with that, books have certainly flown by. I have thoughts on one of them that came out today that we'll be chopping it up too. But before we get going, how the heck is everyone doing?
Doing good.
Same. Just living life.
Yep.
My job's keeping me busy.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah, heck yeah. That's awesome. No complaints there. Up in the Twin Cities, you have a convention coming up on April 8th at the
at the Mermaid. Yeah.
Shout out to the Mermaid.
It's just a small little show, kind of a last hurrah for the MCBA because they're now defunct, but they're doing a free show at the Mermaid in Mounds View.
Sure.
It's all comic book retailers, all comic book creators, and Comic Book College is going to be there. I'll be there in the morning, and then I'll have to go to Lego later in the day, but in Mounds View at the Mermaid.
Yep.
Should be fun.
Yeah.
And it's also a free event too.
I need to bug you off air about Comic Book College and SuperCon. Mm-hmm. I just want to see if you guys are going to do it or not, but we'll talk about that later. I don't want to put you on the spot on the internets. But you guys, we have no set itinerary this evening, and those tend to be the best shows. And so I figured that we can honestly chop it up here with our books that we picked up. I did have one question of the week, though. And this is one that maybe we've touched upon many episodes ago, but I just wanted to revisit it just for us tonight. And that is, are you in preference of single issues or getting the trade, and why?
I prefer single issue just because that's how I was raised, I guess. Yeah, my dad got me into single issues, and that's just the habit I've gotten into. Although I do collect trades, especially if those single issues go for a lot of money and it's a story I want to read. It's like I'll get the trade paperback too, but mostly single issues. As you can see, I've got boxes and boxes of just single issues. Yeah.
I thought you were at work. I mean, that's intense, bro. But then there's Mark back here too with his Buddha shrine. So yeah.
I'm gonna start calling this my Buddha shrine. I like that.
That's your Buddha shrine, bro. That's awesome. All right, Mark, what are your thoughts?
Definitely single issues, like Aaron was saying. It's just kind of the way I was raised. I'm not opposed to getting the trade, but I find, honestly, I like reading my comics even in those little bits versus the big chunks. Something about sitting there and having to know I have to knock out like a big chunk. It just seems more exhausting versus I can read like, a comic, and then I can go into another comic and then come back to that story. I think just as a reader, even I prefer that, but I won't let like having to get it in trade stop me from enjoying a story, but definitely prefer those single issues and just collecting covers. I just prefer that as well.
Yeah, heck yeah. Before I jump in on this one too, if anyone that is tuned in wants to throw their thoughts into the comments, the question again was, do you prefer single issues or trades for the stories that we're collecting? So definitely, it's a fun thing to consider. On my side, there is an exception to this rule. I also am of the school of thought of single issues, except when you get into some of this older stuff and every issue is costing $150 and there's a trade available, when in Rome, get the story and get the, for me, it's function over feature. And that's where I'm at, because I'm not looking to flip anything. I really just want to consume the material and just get proficient in my characters. That's why I read. And so that's my one exception. I will give a special shout out to Marvel's Epic Collections. They do a beautiful job of lining up all this material. The Morbius ones were so much fun. It collected material from a publication called Vampire Tales, which is a magazine size one, which I have some of those originals, along with some of the Morbius cameos early on in comic books. And it's all in one presentable bound format. I dug it, So there's definitely options. Is where I'm getting at with that. But yeah, it just made me think today as I was filing, sets and stuff, and I was like, I don't know, it's just a good question. So, but yeah, so that is that. I am super duper quick. I just remembered I needed to shoot a link out really quick to one of our viewers to make sure he has the way here. But we have some mountains to talk about tonight, and this could take us a little bit of time. It was surprisingly a heavy day in comics. As we're doing this, you guys, if you want to contribute, for those of you tuning in and want to throw your thoughts in the comments about books, or if you pick something up and why, feel free. This is definitely an interactive show in that regard, and I personally love learning and getting recommendations from other people. I suspect tonight Aaron and Mark are going to take me to church, and so we will commence the stacks. All right. So should we just go around, and if we got the same issue as someone else did, just hold it up and set it aside, and we'll see how these stacks go. And just talk about why you're getting it, what you're digging about the series. And I'm going to call on Aaron first. I'm going to put you on the spot.
I'm sharing really quick to my followers on Twitter.
So I'm going to call on Mark first.
If I was looking down,
sorry,
earlier,
you got me unprepared.
I was trying to share the show, so I did it. First up, man, I'll just talk about this one. This one was The Neighbors. This is actually the cover B.
Yeah.
I hope y'all picked this up because it was amazing. It's one of the few issues I have read from this stack and loved it. I thought when I first flipped through it, I thought it was the same artist that did Autumnal because it was very similar, but not the same artist. I think this artist did House of Slaughter.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you picked it up. You haven't read it yet, though, right?
Yeah.
This is a good comic book, though. I highly recommend anyone who didn't get it. It's good.
Get it, Aaron. Get it. That's right.
Yeah, I'm going to pick that up tomorrow.
Heck yeah. Cool. I think it's Boom Studios put it out. Yeah, it's just going to be like a 5-issue miniseries.
I'm totally in. Yeah.
It's good, man.
I don't even know what it's about. It's just the cover looked amazing, and I was like, okay, let's go, so yeah, I'm really excited about that too. I don't know anything about it though, but I'm glad you liked it. That makes me really excited.
I think you'll dig it.
So, I'm so excited. Okay. All right, Aaron, what you got?
I'm just off the top of my stack here. I've got Darth Vader 32.
No more
I'm
handmaidens.
dreadfully, yeah. And I had to get the Peach Momoko cover too.
Oh.
I really like this one.
Wait, I actually did get that. Yeah. Because I love peach covers.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
I have to be very selective with my Peach Momoko covers because there are just so
There are
many of them,
plenty.
and I just
There are so many.
Yeah.
Box, right?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
But yes, Handmaidens no more. I'm woefully behind on the series, but I still am reading it and buying it, obviously. But it has been a good read. Marvel's done a good job with their Vader titles.
Yeah, heck yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We got some comments checking on in here. Chop and Drop from YouTube. Happy new Comic Book Day, Comic Book fam. What up? Thank you so much, and happy Comic Book Day to you. And Tony says, woot, Star Wars. So we got to represent. Tony loves his Star Wars. So, Aaron, I think you got some brownie points there. All right. Well, I guess that puts me up next. This next one, this is funny. I was on the phone with a customer, and I was at the New Wall getting a comic for them. And I'm looking around, and I see this. Archie Horror, Pops.
Oh, yeah.
Pops Chocolate Shop of Horrors.
With double time on it.
The cover is just so freaking funny. And the other one too, yeah, the burger with the eyes or whatever.
No.
Oh my goodness. So funny. Yeah. Not to mention this Archie Horror imprint has been rad. I have a lot of them. I still need to read, like the Jughead Werewolf, Vampironica, but the ones I have read, I have enjoyed it the heck out of it. So the quality is there. So yes, I had to get this. And I was on the phone with my customer, like, do you want one of these too? And he was like, yeah, it sounds awesome. And I was like, yes. So that made me really happy, and I'm glad it came out today. It makes me feel like Halloween's like year round.
Mm-hmm.
Scary offerings, and I'm here for it. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Tony's chipping in here. In fact, I've been 3D printing some Star Wars. Attaboy. Get it? Yeah, 3D printers are gnarly. I like it. All right. Round robin. We are back to Mr. Mark.
Cool. Also picked up Pop Scars here. I think Dark Horse might have put this one out.
Yeah.
No, actually, this is by Sumerian. But this is really cool. It's I think it's gonna be a 6-issue miniseries. It's like a revenge story where this girl here, like her father, like produces movies, but like he abandoned her mother and her when she was young. She's like going to take him out, kill him, like a revenge mission, and then this guy like steps in and stops her, who hates her father just as much, and he's like, slow down, we're gonna do this with style, and they like get a group together that's gonna do it. So not saying I condone revenge, but it's good for a story right here. So.
Bro, that's awesome. Awesome. I did not pick that one up. I was eyeballing it, but I'm also like, my stack is like, whoa! So yeah, being a Marvel zombie that I am. All right, Mr. Aaron, what you
I'm
got?
in the same boat. I have next on the stack is Vanish number 5.
Yeah.
I'm a big Donny Cates fan, so I pick up almost everything he does.
Sure.
Another series I'm dreadfully behind on, but I read the first issue, really liked it, so I thought I'd just keep going with it. And yeah, I like it. It's basically Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman doing a 90s Image comic in the year 2023. Yeah, it's fun. If you like those earlier Image comics, this is right up your alley. Or if you like Donny Cates, it's also right up your alley. So yeah, I've been liking it. What's
the book about, or what impressions did you get from issue 1?
I read issue 1 when it came out a long time ago, so I can't remember. Yeah, sadly I can't remember. I read so many comics. I read so many comics that it's I
have a lot of customers that dig it, and I've been meaning to ask people, like, what do you like about it? Like, what's it? I'm not familiar with it. So, no, it's one that I've definitely seen too, and I'm like, I should check it out. But, well, next on my stack is, of course, Marvel, and it's She-Hulk issue 11. I have been loving this story. It's been so fun. Yeah. And I did read through issue 10, so I am all caught up now ish. And so now on my filing, not so much, and I have to bag and tape a lot of books here. But I'll probably get this one crushed pretty quick too. I don't know. Shout out to Jack of Hearts. What a guy.
Yeah.
What a guy.
This is one series I am mostly caught up with. I have to read
Yeah.
issue 10 in this one, but yeah, it's been really fun.
Yeah, and it's been so chill, and that's what I love. It doesn't need to
Yeah.
be like a world-ending event or anything, and that's what I
Exactly.
like. It's just
And
a
that's
break.
perfect for She-Hulk.
All right, over to you, Mr. Mark.
This one is from Dark Horse. This is Order and Outrage, and Jim
Oh.
Starlin actually writes this right here.
Oh,
cool.
sure.
It's cool. It's kind of like where this is actually one I was able to read as well. You could get like your genes manipulated if you have enough money, and if you're not able to do that, then you're like expendable to this civilization. So you got a lot of people just kind of running for their lives that don't necessarily have the money to manipulate their genes. So
Heck
it's
yeah.
cool. It's gonna be a 4-issue miniseries, but started off good.
Yeah, and Jim Starlin's a freaking good human being, so
Yeah.
that makes me happy. Yeah,
Mhm.
heck yeah,
Legend.
that's awesome. Ah, my heart. Ugh. All right, is it me again already? Okay, let's see. This is where I got into trouble, and we are rocking with Tiger Division issue 5, and I couldn't say no to the variant cover featuring my girl Luna Snow and everybody else. But I love this team. I love different aspects of the MCU and getting to know like the international teams and just different points of the world. And so I think this one is coming to an end, which is unfortunate because I loved the new Agents of Atlas, and this was a slight continuation of that, but not all the characters. But met some new friends in here too, which was cool. So looking forward to seeing where this goes. And yeah, it's a little bittersweet for me. I hope that they bring him back in some capacity in the future. All right, Mr. Aaron.
Well, all aboard the X-Men train, following storming the Brotherhood of Mutants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until I got
we got it.
anatomy.
The anatomy variant, nice. That one's cool.
Yeah.
Again, you're gonna hear me say this again, but yeah, I'm behind on Sins of Sinister. I've only read the one shot.
Ooh.
Just kind of
Ooh.
waiting for it to all wrap up so I can just like read it all in one big read.
It is a wise decision. It's a lot of content. I am caught up right now, and it's just like,
Yeah.
whew, it's a lot to process, and I would probably find more value reading it, either as a trade or just all together.
Yeah.
It's good fun, and yeah, I like it well enough.
Yeah, because that's been my thing lately. It's like I'll check out the first issue or so, and if I know I'm gonna like it, or if I liked it, I'll just wait till it's done and read it all in one sitting, which I know is the point of a trade paperback. And like 10 minutes ago, I said I prefer single issues over trade paperbacks, but I don't know. It's yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, is it up to me again?
Go for
I
it.
think so.
I don't
Sure.
know.
So this is one where my coworker sets aside Peach Momoko covers for me, and then I kind of go through and decide if I want it or not. This is a series I'm not collecting, but I'm a cover junkie, and this one was really gorgeous. So this is Captain Marvel 47 with the Peach Momoko swag,
Wow.
and it's
That's a good one.
amazing. Like I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I might put it back, and then I just looked at it again, and I'm like, nope, you got to come home. And so I'm probably gonna read it. And it looks like I'm just flipping through it right now. There's some X-Men crossover, so it's probably more of that Brood hoo-ha that's going on. So it'll be fun to get that side of the equation, I guess, because I've only been reading the X-Men side of this discussion right now. But so
That Captain Marvel run's really good.
yeah, and it's
I've
a
been
bummer that
following
it's
it.
coming to a close.
Issue 50 is the last one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Marvel, get it together.
But 50 issues is a long run these
It
days.
is. It is. Oh gosh, yeah, it is. Oh man. All right, Mr. Mark, what you got?
Oh, let's see here. Not even started this series yet. This is Blue Book issue number 2 by, I think it's James Tynion is how you say his name, but I've not read issue number 1 yet. What's that?
Yeah, I think it's Tynion.
Tynion? Okay, because I've heard it said Tiny Onion is how you're supposed to say
Yeah,
his name.
because I think his newsletter is called The Tiny Onion.
Yeah, I used to say Tinian, but I think it is Tiny
Yeah.
Onion.
Yep, so did I.
Yeah.
But not started this series yet. I did get issue number 1 when it came out. Now issue number 2 is here.
Yeah.
I know it's supposed to be 5 issues. I'm not really waiting to read it. I just have not gotten around to starting the series yet, but looking forward to it for sure.
Heck yeah. And shout out to Dark Horse too. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Aaron, what you got?
Well, you were talking about cover grab. I've got a cover grab of my own.
Yes!
The
Yes!
Deceased, the Purple Rain homage.
gosh.
I'm a Minnesotan, so I had to get the Prince Purple Rain homage. Yeah, that's. I saw this as we were unpacking the DCs. I saw this. And it's like, oh, I have to have this. It's like I said, I'm a Minnesotan, so I have to have this.
I don't know why my camera just died. Sorry about that, you guys. If I'm freezing or anything, but yeah, my connection is unstable, is what it's telling me, which is awesome because I'm like hardlined into our internet. But whatever. All right, that's amazing. And we did sell quite a few of those today as well, Mr. Aaron. So good call. I'm going off the cuff here, and so up next, I had a chance to read. I don't think it was an Ashcan. I think this is a maybe a second printing. I don't know. Maybe it was an Ashcan. This is the Curse of Cleaver County from Source Point Press. I know I have another copy of this, but
cool.
I don't know if it was an Ashcan or not. But Curse of Cleaver County is super special to me because, one, I like scary stuff. Two, this is from my friends Garrett Gunn and Dr. Christina Blanche from Good Boy, which is awesome. So, as well as Kit Wallace. Oh my gosh. So yeah, it's literally the squad from Good Boy rocking and rolling with this book. Awesome. Source Point Press, awesome. And from what I read from the previous issue that I got, I loved it. So definitely excited to. I'll definitely read through this, and I think that it might have been an Ashcan or this is just a second printing. I'm not sure, but either way, I'm gonna crush it because I love it. So I vote with my dollars, and I love good people. So. Oh man, that is back to you, Mr. Mark.
Cool. I've got Gargoyles issue number 4. I think I've only read that first issue, maybe the second issue, and I know I'm a little behind. So heck yeah! Oh, you got a variant cover, cool.
Yeah, so this is the Tony Fleeks and Trish Forrester from Stray Dogs.
Very nice.
So it's the cute little pups.
Are you caught up on it at all?
I did read issue 2, which I adored, and issue 3 I have, but I haven't read yet. I don't believe I might have though.
That might be where I'm at.
Yeah, but it's been a lot of fun so far.
Yeah.
Issue 1 though blew the walls off of everything. Like, just so much going on, and you meet so many new characters, and it's so rich. And if you guys watch the show at all, and tell the viewers out there, if you watch the show growing up at all, check this book out. It's hot.
Question for you guys.
Answer.
Do you will you have had to have watched the original series to enjoy this current comic?
For a maximum value, yes, because there's a lot of it's just a cool continuation, but you could still jump in.
Okay, because I've never watched the show, but I want
totally watch the show.
I think it's on Disney Plus even too.
Yeah,
you can binge it all.
Oh, cool.
Highly recommend it. And same with Darkwing Duck. I enjoyed that one just because I can hear the voices. Okay, first of all, there's a lot going on here. Anyone selling a Blade 10? This is fantastic. So we have a monster collection that we're processing right now, you guys. And Blade the Vampire Slayer Volume 1 from Marvel came through. So number 1, it's priced up. It's on the wall. That's been purchased. Issues 2 through 10 I was taping. And I'm like, I need issue 10 to complete my run. So I purchased that. And then I've had a few customers ask me like, oh yeah, do you have the rest of the run out there? I'm like, yeah, we have issues 2 through 9 on the floor, but some jerk, like this customer is a real dick, bought issue 10. I don't know. He's really rude and overweight. Yeah. But no, it's rounding out my Blade 1 collection. I'm so sorry, you guys. But I just couldn't find that darn issue anywhere. I mean, and I go to shops anywhere I go, and I could not find it. Because Blade is not a common one to encounter, at least out here, because people love the scary stuff out here. So that is exactly the context of that character. Thank you for tuning in. And for calling me out. I love it. Love it. I support this. So that is the story with that. Okay, so that was Gargoyles. All right, it's to you, Mark.
Cool. I did Gargoyles. I can go again.
Okay. Is it to me? Okay.
Sure.
Sorry. Okay.
Is it my turn?
I don't know, man. It's cool.
I'll jump in. I got this. Up next, this is one of those, I don't know why I'm getting it. but I'm just gonna do it. Carnage issue 11. Has it been groundbreaking? But has it been fun, and is it a deeper look at Cletus Cassidy? As much as it could be. And I think the creative team did a good job, at least last issue. And so this is one where I'm really, and a few years ago, Aaron's been watching this show, Mark, you've been watching the show for a minute. A few years ago, I would have been like, this is the greatest thing ever. Everyone should be reading Carnage. And now I'm just like, I don't know, like I'm just trying to, figure out, I don't know. So I'm reading it. There was a couple of issues I read recently that had like Hela from, the goddess of death in there, which I thought was badass. So I don't know. There's some potential here. I'm excited to see where we go. But yeah, the last issue is a little different tone, but I kind of liked it. It was a fresh direction. Fresh.
The Scream ever show up?
Not in this one. No.
I really like her.
Since the Absolute Carnage event, it kind of fell off a little bit, where she's just doing her own thing. She's still out there. I think they framed it as like she got obliterated, but then she still lived, like the symbiote did. So I think she's still around. Way too iconic of a character, but
Yeah.
I like her.
Yeah.
I think she's great. So
Yeah.
That's the classic way to get rid of a symbiote character. They just like get obliterated, but there's some small piece of them still floating around in the Marvel universe. And whenever they want to bring that character back, that's how they do it.
Yeah. So I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, that was mine. So over to you, Mr. Aaron.
I picked up the Women of Marvel one shot. I like these anthologies that they're doing.
Yeah.
And this, I picked up this cover, and nice. You guys all got it. Nice. It had my girl Wanda on it, so I had to pick up this cover.
What? You're a Scarlet Witch fan?
And I just a little bit. But yeah, I was flipping through this, and I wasn't familiar with any of the creators. So I'm excited to read this and hopefully discover some new talent that I like.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah. No, I was over the moon. My girl, Elsa Bloodstone. I love her. Elsa. No, I think this is a character that I hope that she's in here in some capacity. I haven't even thumbed through. I should do that. If she has a story in here, I'm super happy. If not, I'm super pissed. Does she not have a story in here? Ooh, okay. Well, I'll read it anyways. But either way, I love having her on the cover. She needs more recognition, and I need more Elsa Bloodstone in my life. So yeah, absolutely. Oh, you guys. Oh, I just want to read that. I'm going to read that first. Okay. All right. Who's up next? I totally lost track.
I think it might be you.
Okay. You want me to go? All right. We got this. Up next, this was a pick of the week that I bait and switch. This is a pick of the week that I said on Rainbow Live earlier. This is Doctor Strange #1. That A cover is just complete fire. I'm pretty sure I also treated myself to the variant cover, but I have not seen it in my little mountain here. Oh, there it is. This one, the Stormbreaker one, was
the painting one.
yeah, that's cool. Holy smokes! And I was like, I need both of them, so I'm just gonna get both. I don't know. Yeah. So really excited about that. Did either of you pick it up? Sorry, I was like holding up my books.
I started to, but I've got so many, and I was just like, I really wanted to flip through it. I was like, I'm gonna pass.
Who's gonna save the Sanctum of Nashville, though? Come on.
Man, you'll have to call bring those bugs.
Yeah. Oh,
is that actually a thing? The Sanctum of Nashville? Is that in the book?
Of course
No, I
it
just
is.
make
You
fun of
haven't heard
Mark.
about
Oh, okay.
The Sanctum of the Twin Cities. That's you. That's amazing. All right. Over to you, Mark.
I believe so.
Okay.
I got Joe Fixit. This is issue number 3. Nice little 5-issue miniseries from Marvel. Not read this issue yet. I know I read the first one. Think I read the second one, but this is just a team up between Grey Hulk, Wolverine. They're in Vegas, and Kingpin's trying to run Vegas, and they're trying to put it into the Kingpin. It's just fun. It's silly, but I've really been enjoying it so far.
That's awesome.
A lot of people at my store really like that series.
It's good.
Yes.
Peter David,
Yeah,
right?
it looks really fun. Cool.
Very much so.
So as a complete outsider to the series, like what's it about?
Just like I said, like Grey Hulk and Wolverine, they're like teaming up, and
There's-
then they're in
Yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it's
Is
not
it-
Wolverine, it's Spider-Man. I'm thinking of back in the day it was Wolverine. This
Right.
is actually Grey Hulk and Spider-Man teaming up.
Okay.
And,
And-
like I said, Kingpin's just trying to run Vegas, and they're not
Yeah.
letting it happen.
That's interesting.
Grey Hulk's
Okay.
kind of hired as like the muscle, and then Spider-Man's just kind of there for jokes.
Is it in continuity with
Loosely,
MCU, or is it like a one shot or
it's a 5-issue miniseries.
or not? I mean, a one off like world kind of thing, or is it in?
I don't think
like-
it's like hardcore canon,
Yeah.
but I would say loosely canon.
Yeah, that's what throws me off about some of these limited series. Is sometimes it's like Marvel's like meh, Earth,
Yeah.
you know, whatever number. And, yeah.
Yeah.
And you said that there were previous iterations of this as well. How many were there? I've never.
This goes way back. If you've
Yeah.
seen that iconic cover, I think with like Wolverine leaning up against the Grey Hulk, and they've got tuxedos on. I'm not for sure like what issue that is.
Hmm.
But I
It's
believe
9
it
or
goes back
10.
to that. Which issue?
I think it was 9 or 10 or something like that.
Okay,
It's an early number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it dates back. I think I'm about 99% sure it
Yeah.
goes back to those days.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Cool. No, that's awesome. It's funny because like I ring it up all the time with customers. I'm just such an outsider to that I'm a total newbie face when it comes to anything Grey Hulk. I've never read anything with Grey Hulk in it, which is shameful to say because I try
I'd
to
recommend
know
this
my
if it's good.
Marvel characters. There's so many.
Yeah.
On my side, this next one I'm personally really excited about, and it's not Marvel. And this is DC's Legion of Bloom. And I went with this beautiful Poison Ivy cover. I may or may not love Poison Ivy. I don't know, but I adore it. Oh, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I got the Poison
Nice.
Ivy for you, John.
Yeah, matchy. But looking forward to reading it. I love, I used to not like these anthologies, but now I absolutely adore them because you just get different snippets of people, like different creative teams, different characters, different stories. You meet new characters that matter later on. It's just kind of a fun bonus. So I figure, and I've fallen in love with them. I used to hate them when we first started a comic book look, but now I'm like, yes. So, all right, cool. Aaron, what you got?
I've got Wasp number 3.
Oof.
I'm waiting for the final issue to come out before I start reading this, but it's by Al Ewing, and I like almost after Immortal Hulk, I'm gonna read anything he writes because he's a great writer. I really liked his Ant-Man series,
Sure.
and it seems like this is in the same vein. So I'm waiting for issue 4 to come out, and then I'll give it a read.
Sure.
Give the whole series a read.
Sure. Heck yeah. That's awesome. Oh man. This next one, I struggled with this, you guys. There were 2 covers, and I went with the one that I thought I liked better, but I don't know because this is the Nightwing C cover. I adored it. I thought it was fun, but that A cover with Nightwing on, that
Yep.
came across my counter so many times today, and I was like, I should really get this, but I don't want to have 2 of each, like Noah's Ark, my collection, I guess. I don't know. I really was drawn to this one too, and so I went with my gut, but I feel like there's gonna be a sense of FOMO coming up. I don't know, and also guilty admission here, I have not read anything since like issue 90 of Nightwing, so I need to get caught back up. That's one of those I'm setting up to binge where I can just have a day and do 10 issues.
It's a great series. I've been loving it ever since Tom Taylor took over.
Heck yeah. So yeah, I'm excited to check that out and crush some Nightwing, and yeah, I definitely will need to very soon because my short boxes are getting very angry. So all right, let's see, Aaron, I think you're next.
I'm up. Okay. I've got. I'll just do this one. Get this out of the way. Amazing Spider-Man. This is that one comic where I'm like, why am I still buying this? You guys know I love Mary Jane. She's
What?
I wish she and Peter were still together, and I don't know why they're not, but especially since the previous run set that up really well, and then this new run started and they're not a couple anymore, and I don't know why I'm still picking. Ask me when this story arc is over in May or June or whatever, ask me how I feel about it then.
Okay. All right. Did you? Were you there? Like when we did our show about all
Yes,
of that?
yeah, I watched
it was
that. Yeah.
So funny.
That was
Mark, you killed it
fun.
with those bars, man. Jeez Louise. Oh man, I just love when Justin was like, "Peter's a bit of a whore."
Yeah.
I was like, "You heard it here first."
He kind of is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was great. All right. My stack is slowly dwindling, which is awesome. I just have a couple left here, so I think we're all on the same pace, but we'll see. Mark, you are up.
Cool. Got Nightwalkers. This is issue number 3. This one by Source Point Press. Cullen Bunn writing it. I've only read the first issue, not read issue 2 yet. What I do remember though is it seemed like they were in like a mental hospital or maybe like a drug rehabilitation center, and then monsters started, like, I think maybe vampires like somehow began to wreak havoc inside the hospital, and then they all ended up leaving the hospital and like took shelter in a nearby town, and then that's kind of where I remember issue 1 leaving off. So looking forward to getting back into it. Really dig that cover right there.
Right, that's what I was saying.
It's cool.
Yeah. Woo! It's not holding back, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Gosh. Okay. All right. This next one I might be by myself. But this is Power Rangers issue 106. I love Power Rangers comics. They are outstanding. And the fact that we're on issue 106 blows my mind. The only annoyance with this is that they did the split into 2 series for a while, and I went with covers that did not have the legacy numbering on it, which makes filing a huge nightmare for me. Because now I have to like figure out how to do, Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers and have it all in order. I don't know. So we'll see about that. But the covers remain sick. The interior art is amazing. The story is fire. So I'm loving it. Kudos to our friends at Boom Studio for that. And just kudos to Power Rangers. Next month, we get the 30th anniversary special of Power Rangers featuring some of the original cast. So that's going to be on Netflix on April 19th. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that as well. It's morphin' time, baby. All right, Mr. Aaron, what you got?
I've got... back aboard the X-Men train, got Marauders.
Hey.
I sound like a broken record at this point, but this is another series I'm dreadfully, horribly behind on.
Sure.
But I love Kate Pride and I love the Shi'ar, so that's part of the enjoyment I have been getting out of this series so far.
It's been blowing my mind a little bit because this one, if I recall, this past couple of issues in Marauders, we meet some characters from X-Men 2099 in here, which is a huge deal. So Cerebra is actually from the X-Men 2099 team, and they resurrected her and brought her into present day. So that's cool. And then
that is cool.
The main antagonist is Brimstone Love, who runs a little underground operation called the Theater of Pain, where patrons can pay to make other people suffer. And he's just a crazy badass person. So when he showed up as the main antagonist, I was like, what the heck? Like, this book went from 0 to hero for me real quick. Like, I was so freaking happy with the 2099 presence. So if you're sleeping on this one, give it a try. Is it a perfect smooth ride? No, but definitely picks up. So
I'll
make sure I
did jump into Marauders. Would they have to read all the other X-Men books to know what was going on in Marauders?
No, it's truly independent. I mean, the overall context, these opening pages just really set you up to succeed with the reading and stuff. Like, it'll bring you up to date with who's in the book, which is all the boxes in the middle and stuff. They do a really good job of that, just because when you're collecting them all, like me, because I'm an idiot, there's so many characters.
Me too.
In the Krakoa universe at this point, it's nuts. So yeah. Oh yeah, that book gets me all jazzed up though. I'm here for it. All right, Mark, what you got?
Oh, let's see here. I've got Punisher. This is issue number 10. I think I'm an issue or two behind. Have you been reading this whole series?
Oh yeah.
I'm good, man.
Because Ares is in it. I gotta support my Dark Avengers.
Yeah, he's been really cool in it as well. He's kind of been
Ares is alive.
A villain almost in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's news to me.
Yeah, that was news to me too. I was like, maybe he gets torn in half by Sentry.
Yeah,
but,
Sentry,
that's fine.
yeah.
That's fine. He is the God of War, so this is fine.
He's allowed to do that.
Yeah, this is fine. That's the Marvel advantage. My last book is kind of one that had a lot of people talking today. Oversized slightly, but from DC Black Label, Swamp Thing Green Hell, issue number 3. I went with this cover. I thought it was amazing. The A cover was becoming too, but I just had to go with this. I'm so excited to read it.
I have my copy somewhere, but I did buy it.
Whoop, whoop. But yeah, it's storage for these is so tricky. I have been keeping them literally on my bookcase, and I also have a magazine box too. But I'm trying to save that for the scary stuff that I'm getting. So we'll see. I am actually fresh out of books. I can show this one because I don't think Ken's watching it. If he is, he's going to be getting this as a gift momentarily because I forgot I got it. So Ken, and for those of you that don't know, Ken loves Stephen King, and so when I'm processing comics, I come across random things that Stephen King's involved in. So this is Road Rage from IDW, issue number 2, and it has Joe Hill and Stephen King as the creative team on this for writing. And so I messaged him a picture earlier and said has, and he was like no has, and I was like okay, I'll wait for you. So yay me! It's hard to find something that he doesn't have at this point. So. So I do my best. Any of the Stand comics, he's like, got them all. It's fine. Yeah.
Does he have the first 5 issues of American Vampire?
Ooh,
maybe Stephen King did a backup story in the first 5 issues of that series.
Yeah. I'll have to check with him. I don't know if he does or not, but if he doesn't, I'll scoop him up for him because I know we have him on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah, they were good too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And cool. that series is just really great overall as well.
Yeah. Shout out to Ken. If you guys follow him online, you can check out his reviews and everything. Let me pull up the actual link here because I don't want to get in trouble. All right. I'm out of books, so if Mark or Aaron, if you guys want to jump in.
I've got 2 left.
Yeah.
Well, 3, but I got Catwoman 53. I had to Noah's Ark it and get two covers. Another series I'm so far behind on. I think I'm just getting it just for the covers at this point, but one of these years I'll get around to reading it. And I guess this has a new Catwoman or something. That's her.
Oh.
So yeah, I'll have to check it out at some point.
Sure. That's awesome. All right. Mr. Mark.
Got that Milestone, the 30th anniversary issue.
Nice.
Not familiar with a lot of these characters other than like Static Shock. So I remember these characters like in the 90s when I was, collecting Valiant, Marvel, DC, Image, like the Spawn books. I remember these characters being around, kind of read a little bit of it, but not like to know it very, very well. So I really wanted to check this out because I remember them being around in that era. So looking forward to that.
Heck yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm out of new books this week. The only other expenditures I had was all the old stuff I bought, so I can't. That's a separate show. But Aaron, do you have another one?
Yes, and this is also my pick of the week as well.
Oh yeah, we got to do that. Whoops. Okay.
Yeah. Grimm number 9, and this is a series I'm caught up on. Well, except for this issue. I've really been liking this. I recommend it all the time to people at the store, and just a really solid read. The writing and the art are equally as good, and yeah, it's been a really great read.
Okay. All right, Mr. Mark.
Cool. I got that Godzilla. This is the Best of King Ghidorah. So I love any best of series that IDW does because you just get like this buffet of all their awesome stories, and the covers are always really cool. So stoked to read that.
Heck yeah.
And anybody else got anything, or I'll just burn through these? I got like 3 more.
Let's go.
Cool. I got that Avengers. This is issue number 9, the facsimile. Again, I love facsimiles because I'm not going to pay for the full price for the regular issue to this, but I love a good facsimile. Love the old advertisements. No matter what year they come out, those are fun to read. So I feel like you get your money's worth with those right there. And then I will love all the Marvel tales as well. This is Avengers Ultron. Then it collects those 2 stories right there.
Nice. Heck yeah.
And then cover or pick of the week, I'm gonna go with Neighbors, the first one that I talked about. I really enjoyed this right here. Cannot wait for that next issue. So
Yeah. No.
Yeah, the first thing I do when I get to work tomorrow is I'm going to grab a copy of Neighbors.
beautiful.
Yeah. Heck yeah. For
Very
my pick
eerie.
of, yeah, that'll be one of the first ones I read too. And the cover that I got, I was like, holy smokes, this is sharp.
Mm.
My pick of the week, I'm gonna give it to Pops because I'm so excited about this cover. It's just a little shop of horrors swag everywhere. It's so funny, but Archie Horror has really stepped it up in terms of quality of art and literature, and so
Yep.
I'm here for it. Let's go. Yeah, so that's my book of the week. Well, you guys, we covered a lot of ground tonight, and that's like literally, I think maybe a third or a half of what came out, which is also exciting. I love how many options we have these days from the major publishers as well as indie offerings. So shout out to that. Yeah. Before we wind down for the evening, is there anything else that you guys wanted to lift up? No?
I can't think of anything now.
All good? All right. All good. Well, cool. Well, you guys, we're going to shut it down here for the evening. We rocked it out. Like I said, we always say it's going to be a quick show, and then boom, conversation. Shout out to everyone that tuned in the comments. Thank you so much. We love the participation. And we just appreciate you guys tuning in and supporting this evening. We are Comic Book Look, proudly sponsored by Rainbow Comics. So if you're in the Sioux Falls area, come and say hi to me Wednesday through Saturday. And then if you're in the Lincoln, Nebraska area, come by and say hi to Taylor and the team down there. In the Twin Cities area, Comic Book College is where it's at, baby. And I had a chance to go to their new space, and it's amazing. Great selection up there, and just so much fun. And then, of course, if you're in Nashville, Mark will point you to the right shops. When I was out there, we visited like 800 shops, which was awesome. Shout out to Hastings, RIP. That was a lot of fun too. I got to get out there again soon, Mark. We got to go do a con or something.
Definitely.
Let's do it. Let's as we're winding down here, where can folks find you guys at?
On Twitter, Comic Book Dude 93. I think that's also my Instagram. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm mostly on Twitter, Comic Book Dude 93. And of course, check out Comic Book College, 1430 County Road C, Roseville, Minnesota. We'd love to see you there.
Boom. Awesome. Mark, where can people find you at?
Oh, you can find me on Twitter, Mark C. Shelton 1, Mark C. Shelton on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I need to get back to doing YouTube videos, but loving being here. But yeah, you can find me on all the main social medias with the government name.
Yeah. All right. And of course, you guys, I'm old news here. @John on Demand on the Instas and the Twitters and all the bluebirds flying around. Definitely connect with us. If you're tuning in on any other platform aside from Facebook, consider joining our Facebook group, A Comic Book Look. We'd love to continue the conversation there. And just, do what we do best, which is keeping it comics. But that's not my outro. Thank you guys again for tuning in tonight. When we end an episode of A Comic Book Look, I usually give you the Keep It Comics, but we've been actually having Mark tag in here and hit us with the best catchphrase ever, which is
bagging and boarding is never boring.
Boom. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next